much, Lynn. Obviously, no one gets to a particular point in their life or place in their life, whether it's a good place or a bad place, by themselves. So to the extent that I can, in the blaze of these lights, identify anybody, I would like to recognize my family members who are here very, very quickly. If you would all stand, please. Begin with the oldest, Andy Duval, my mother Debbie's brother. I'm going to go grandkids first. Oldest to youngest, Chelsea Downey.
Yeah.
Is Chloe here?
Not yet. She's on her way.
Chloe just got accepted in the Colorado School of Rachel, Michael, my son David, his wife April, who's unfortunately a prosecutor in Oklahoma County.
Way to go, girl!
My daughter Becky, my older sister Linda, and my nieces Laura and Julie. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, and my sister-in-law Debbie and her and my brother-in-law Alan Nelson.
And your wife, Laura.
Oh.
I assure you, I don't want to sleep in the garage apartment with a cat.
Alan.
Chloe. Chloe's come here.
Can I sit here?
I think I really ought to begin at the beginning. In March of 1980, a young lady who had just had her 19th birthday walked into the office of the building that Paul Brunton and I owned for about a year.
Oh,
Her
yes,
name is Belinda
of course,
Watkins.
Belinda.
And
Yeah, Belinda!
she has been my legal assistant since 1980, so I just told him how old you are, Belinda. I also want to recognize my good friend, Harold Dorsey, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Tulsa County's leather reconditioning product on the first floor. Harold, stand up and take a bow. You may have noticed that there are some judges at my tables. And I've always thought it was interesting to see the way virtually lifelong friends who become judges deal with our relationship. I'll begin with my longtime friend of 45 years, Tom Gellert, who you all remember was a state district judge for 20 years. Most of that time he had a criminal docket, and as most of you are aware, I'm a criminal defense lawyer. I had dozens of cases in front of him during those years. And his way to deal with our friendship was to stay in my cases as long as he could always rule against me. But if there was a possibility that he might have to rule in my favor, he recused. It was a great way out of the dilemma for Tom. My other 30-year lifelong friend, John Dowdell, who we all know is a United States District Judge here for almost 5 years now, apparently, based upon that experience, he deals with our friendship with the idea that he will never, ever, under any circumstances, even contemplate ruling in my favor. Judge Morrissey, Judge Odie, and Judge Glasgow know that I'm not smart enough to end up in their courtroom, so they don't really have a problem with it. Of course, the person who is dearest to my heart is my wife, Barbara.
Amen.
Of 30 years, and those of you who are spouses of trial lawyers know that you simply want to leave town when they're in trial. Barbara has done that countless times. No, has gone through it with me countless times in 30 years. But she's always been there. She reads my written work. She critiques it. Generally coming back with a little, "What in the hell are you trying to say?" Or, "You've said this 17 times. Do you really need to say it again?" So thank you, sweetheart.
You bet, baby.
Love you. But last but not least, I want to, in a serious vein, I want to thank the University of Tulsa Law School. I went to law school from 72 to 74, and sometime in 72 or 73, the law school, I don't know how it was funded or really where it came from, but they created a legal internship program, which actually gave people who were approved for that program a limited license to practice law. And I'm not talking about playing at it. I was an intern in the Tulsa County Public Defender's Office, and if I could convince my foolish client to sign a consent to allow me to represent him, they were all hims at the time, with a lawyer, a licensed lawyer sitting in the courtroom beside me, I could do the whole thing, A to Z, voir dire to closing argument. And with the help of sponsoring lawyers who I thought were gods, little did I know they'd only been practicing law 2 years at the time, people like Paul Brunton and Skip Durbin, who were my sponsoring lawyers and have become my lifelong friends and colleagues, I tried 7 felony jury trials before I was ever admitted to the bar, winning 3 acquittals. And I don't say that to tout myself. I just say that to tell you that had the University of Tulsa Law School not given me that opportunity, I promise you folks, I wouldn't be here. I was in the enviable position in May and June of 1975, after having been admitted to the bar on May 2nd, to be able to honestly tell clients when they ask me, "Do you know what the hell you're doing?" Well, I've tried 7 jury trials so far, so I'm a little bit, you know. It was an invaluable experience. I don't know what happened to that program, but apparently it's no longer there. So I want to close with this statement. I know professionally and personally, I'm on the back 9. But I would like to think that I'm lining up a birdie putt on 14. And not about to triple bogey 18 and just don't know it. So with that, I want to tell everybody, I'm not through yet, folks.
Amen.
See you around the courthouse. Thank you. Good evening.